The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
What's your name?
My name is Abraham Lincoln. Well, of course, I was born in Kentucky. My family moved to Indiana on the very day it became a state back in December of 1816, and I spent my formative years, 14 years of my life, here in this very state of Indiana. That's where I grew up and where I matured and where I learned a great deal about working and hard labor, and tried to educate myself as much as I could. When I was 21, my family moved to Illinois to be with my new mother's family. That would be my stepmother, and I just went along with them.
And what made you want to be president?
Well, I was most concerned about the expansion of slavery into the territories, particularly with the Kansas-Nebraska Act and the possibility that that would open those territories west of the Missouri into slavery. And I began speaking about that even before I was running for any political office at that time. I had been out of politics for some time, but that really inspired me to begin speaking out, and I began making speeches around the state of Illinois where I was living about the dangers of the Kansas-Nebraska Act, and that eventually was getting me more national attention, and that apparently led to me being nominated to run for president. I can't say that was my initial purpose. My initial purpose was to stop the expansion of slavery into the country, but one thing seemed to have led to another.
Very good. Thank you, Abe. And what's going on here today? What brought you here?
We are here at the old fort, a gathering of, they call it a timeline, starting with 1812 and working up, I believe, until the 1960s. And they wanted me to represent the Civil War era.
Thank you very much, Abe.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Robert Hume.
Robert, and what brought you out today?
Right in this area. Just to see the fort, being the heritage here, and
Okay. And what are you standing beside?
standing beside an old Gatling gun.
Wow. That's is that the first time it was introduced, like in the Civil War? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, about. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And then out on the prairie. But it's interesting because there's no marks on this. I was going to see if it was a Colt because those were real popular, and it looks like it's about a .45 caliber.
Wow.
And the magazine would go down in here, and this box would hold the magazines, and then each shell would be inside, stacked in the magazine.
Wow. Are you from Fort Wayne?
Nope, I'm from California.
Are you really?
Yeah, but my grandmother's family was Jackson, and we're originally from Boston and
what part of California?
Newton. Central Valley, Fresno, Clovis.
Okay, good. And you live now in Fort Wayne?
Just got here Thursday. We moved here, to be with our granddaughters and our son-in-law. And
we're so glad
and
to
there's
have you.
my daughter and our other granddaughter.
Okay. We're so glad to have you part of Fort Wayne.
Well, I'm glad
you
to
so
be
much.
here. I'm glad to see some of the heritage. And,
Yes. What type of profession did you bring with you?
I'm retired carpenter of 35 years, and then before that, 11 years as a cabinet maker.
Well, I tell you, we still need that here in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I've got a lot of work to do on my house. So. And then I may help my neighbors.
Okay, we're so glad to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Rick Ernie.
And what character are you?
I portray a soldier from roughly 1883, U.S. United States Army, during the Indian Wars. I'd be stationed out at Fort Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, good. And what do you have here? Demonstration of what?
What we have here is a display of long arms used primarily from the formation of the United States all the way to Vietnam top one is a hand cannon. They weren't used in the United States. That was pre-America. But the matchlock, the flintlock, percussion. We have a
Whose collection is it?
percussion conversion, 1866 Springfield conversion.
Rick owns a little
We
bit
have
of it.
3
My son
carbines.
Thomas owns
We have a
some. I own some.
1872.
Which one was the one most popular used here
helped us
before?
put this together.
At the fort?
It's a
So,
good
yeah,
collection.
When this fort was
privacy owned,
in
but yet by
service,
more than just
it
one
would have
person.
been the flintlock, the third one from the top. That's roughly 1793. They would have used a variation of that particular musket here.
That's
Yeah,
a
you've got the
single
Winchester,
load, right?
Single shot,
trench
yes.
gun.
Yeah.
Roughly
Okay.
69 caliber.
And what was the range of that, you know, about?
I had
Oh, what the range of the 1792? Roughly 100 yards.
100 yards is
Accuracy
100
about
yards
100
at best.
yards, yes.
Okay.
100
You
yards
have
at
to
best.
get pretty close.
Yes, and you're firing in formation because you want to create a volley of lead
Gotcha.
because it's a smooth bore.
Okay.
It has no rifling.
So you only take one bullet.
Yes, one at a time.
Because, I mean, to hit you, that would do a job on you.
It would be a devastating wound if you got hit. Yes.
Sure would.
Yes.
And we have here, what was the pistol used during that time period?
So we do not have a
That's a
flintlock
Springfield 03.
pistol.
That's the old
We did
380.
not bring our
Not the
Springfield
0380, but
pistol.
the old 380.
Yes.
What we have
Notice the barrel
here
is thinner.
Yep,
is,
and the one above that
these are all
would be
marital
the
arms
30-40
issued by the
Craig.
U.S.
So that would
Army,
be in
with
Spanish
the
American.
exception of course, the 1903 Luger,
The,
which was a test gun.
okay, that one was the Civil War.
This would be a Colt Walker,
Yeah.
roughly the 1840s.
And the M1,
Colt
Carter.
Dragoon, roughly 1850s. Third model Dragoon.
which
We have an 1860 Army, the most common gun issued by the Union Army during the Civil War. We have a Remington New Army, which was the second most produced handgun. We have a Star single action, which was the third most common pistol.
That looks a lot like today's weapons.
They have a lot in common with modern guns, yes.
That's a revolver, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all revolvers, yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
And when we revolved, was it 6-shot or
Yes.
4-shot, was it?
Yes, these
Okay.
would all be 6-shot pistols. We call them revolvers because Samuel Colt's patent was a revolving cylinder that held multiple rounds of ammunition and fired down a single barrel. So it rotates.
Yes.
It revolves.
Gotcha.
Hence the revolver.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Is this your first year here?
Oh no, this is like our third year here.
Okay, very good. And,
Yes, sir.
And how can somebody get involved like you're doing?
If they go online, they can look up the fort and see what events are going on here at the fort in Fort Wayne, and they can come out and support the fort that way. If they're interested in Civil War, they can type in, go on Google. Google tells you everything, and look up local Civil War units in their area. If they want to portray Civil War, they could even do that for World War II and 1812 and Revolutionary War.
And what's your rank?
I am a first lieutenant.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
From the Philippines insurrection, so that's 1900 up through 1904. After the Spanish-American War, one of the territories that we took over was the Philippines. They immediately rebelled against us.
What's
and
the
caused a 4-year
Philippine,
long
what'd you call it?
Philippine insurrection. So
What is
it's over in the Philippines, so the Southeast Asia. That was one of the territories that we occupied after the Spanish-American War. We took Guam, Philippines, Puerto Rico.
Was that British?
Spanish territories. Then after the war, we occupied those territories. The Philippines themselves were already in a rebellion against the Spanish. Once we took over, they rebelled against us, and it wound up being a 4-year-long war of almost genocide by the Americans against the Philippine people.
Okay, very good. So, what was the main purpose of that?
Pacify the people of the Philippines and take over all the resources. It's a dark era of U.S. history. It's the imperialism age. So after we defeated the Spanish and took over those territories, we really expanded our empire into the Southeast Asia for control of the resources and goods that they had, especially the rubber industry.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Yep.
What's your name?
Bev Marsh.
Okay, and what character are you?
I'm Dr. Gatlin's wife.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm going
And,
to take this off. Give me a moment here.
Sure.
Because I am done with it, but I don't want anybody getting burnt.
Good thinking, yeah. And
So,
what are you cooking?
I am cooking an 1805 recipe by Hannah Glass from her Art of Cookery cookbook that is called dough nuts.
Oh,
They're basically little pillows of dough that are deep fried. They have yeast, butter, sugar, flour, and milk.
very good, very good.
I made butter yesterday, so we have fresh buttermilk and fresh butter in the recipe instead of...
Are these considered a dessert or part of the meal?
These would be a dessert
Okay,
or treat, whatever.
gotcha. Okay.
So,
Anything else you want to tell us about what you're doing?
I don't know. What else do you want to know?
Well, one,
This is one of the treats that goes to the reenactors and that.
Uh-huh.
And these guys, I've not made it here before.
Oh, okay.
So they are, a few of them have had a taste. I get to take the bowl now and I get to walk through the camps with it.
Is this your first year?
Here, no, this is our third year here, I think, for this event.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And what's your name?
I'm portraying Antoine Genet. My name is Richard Hahn.
Okay.
We are, wife and I are French refugees from Louisburg, headed to Kaskaskia, carrying everything we own in a little cart. And we will be traveling through this area, restocking, and then headed on down into Kaskaskia, Vincennes area,
Okay.
to meet up with family there and determine whether we're settling there or going on down to New Orleans.
Okay, and what nationality?
Would be French.
French, okay.
During the French and Indian War, the 7 Years' War, the British gave away a lot of the land that was previously owned by the French. Farms that had been in the families 200 years. They gave it to their soldiers as rewards for service and kicked the French out.
So,
And so-
you were a soldier.
During the French and Indian War.
Okay, very
And
good.
so after that was over, they kicked us off our property in Canada, and now we're headed south,
All
which is
right.
how we ended up with Cajuns in Louisiana. They came from Acadia,
Well,
where the same
what-
thing happened.
Arcadia, yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Good information. Is there anything else you want to tell us about your character?
No, I really don't have anything else to tell. Just
Okay.
a simple guy who's out hunting and foraging for food while my wife does all the heavy work of hauling the wagon.
Okay. Now, did you have to improve the land when you got it?
Well, so when we were in Acadia or Louisburg, yes, we had to. Those farms were 200 years. We've been working on those farms, improving them, just
Okay.
like the ribbon farms in Niles.
Okay.
When we get to Vincennes, Cahokia, Kaskaskia, we have relatives there that have been doing the same thing. So hopefully there's property we can buy that's already established, and we don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're
What's your name?
I'm Sam.
Sam. And what's your character?
My character doesn't have a name, but we're representing 16th century Holy Roman Empire Lunch Connect.
Okay.
So we're mercenary soldiers for the Holy Roman Emperor.
Okay. And where are you nationality from?
It would be modern day Germany
Okay.
and most of Europe at that time, but Germanic is what we
Okay.
are.
And tell us about, it's like the Holy Wars, huh? Something like that?
Not really. The Holy Roman Emperor wasn't really holy,
Okay.
but you did have to be king of both Germany and Italy before you could be the Holy Roman Emperor.
Okay.
And I think the Pope had something to do with appointing that. So
Okay. And what was your goal? What did you try to conquer something or what?
the Lunch Connects were organized by the Holy Roman Emperor as a mercenary force. So they were his personal army that he could call on whenever he wanted, but he didn't have to pay us in our off time because other people could hire us and we'd go fight off and make our money.
And who are you fighting?
Whoever petty squabbles within the empire. So one king would hire us to fight their neighbor, and
Oh, you were like a government militia.
yeah,
Okay.
sorta.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hello, my name is Harrison Snyder.
Okay. And what's your character?
Today I'm representing a corporal in the 3rd United States Infantry, as I would have been seen at this fort from 1816 to 1819 when it was decommissioned.
They were decommissioned there. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. That's good information. Why were you here? What was the reason?
So in 1816, the fort that we have here is the third Fort Wayne, and ultimately it's the last in a series of forts that was built to trade with Native Americans, dating back to George Washington commissioning the factory fort system in the 1790s.
Okay, good. And how did people benefit you being here?
Well, depending on which group of people you're talking about, settlers benefited from the Army being here by offering an armed presence to protect against Native Americans. Obviously, if you were to ask Native Americans, they did not benefit very much by the Army being here.
Gotcha. And who do you have here with you?
Two more volunteers with the fort. I'll let them introduce themselves.
My name is William O'Brien.
And tell us about your character.
So I'm also representing the 3rd United States Infantry that would have been stationed here. What I'm wearing is more of a dress uniform. So this is what they would have been wearing either in combat or on parades. What my friend Harrison is wearing right now is more of an off-duty uniform. So pretty much any other time that it's not a parade or not in combat, this is what they would have been wearing to work, chop firewood, work in the garden, anything like that. Then my friend, he can introduce himself here.
Yes.
My name is Timothy Tesmer. I am representing a corporal, generally dating around the year of 1813 and later during the War of 1812. This is actually a pretty common uniform amongst quite a few different regiments during the War of 1812, possibly even here at Fort Wayne around 1813.
What type of weapons were you trained in here?
Oh, we had a handful of different weapons. We had our muskets, we had our bayonets. Now, your bayonet was technically considered to be a secondary type weapon, because normally when you think of secondary weapon, you're thinking of your sergeant with a saber. Meanwhile, your privates, your corporals, they never had sabers or anything like that. So we were primarily trained with our musket and our bayonet.
Okay, and you usually stand in a formation when you fire at the enemy, huh?
Correct.
Why do you do that?
The reason why we do that is it basically depends on the weapon. Like if you were to go to an 1812 event, you're going to see our regimental rifles. They're going to be more spread out in a similar line formation, but they are going to be a lot more accurate. A musket, which is what we were equipped with, you'd be able to reach out to 200 yards max. However, I could be aiming at someone 200 yards away and I could strike someone 50 feet over this way, or I could strike someone 20 feet over this way, or I could go well above you guys, or I could hit the ground well before you guys. So we're taking that concept and turning a single shot into 100 shots and creating a wall of lead. Someone is going to hit something.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the information you've given.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
What's your name? Real name?
My real name is Jaylee.
Okay, now tell us about your character.
I'm a Soviet and I'm a paramedic.
Okay.
I have the badge, and my shoulder boards are different than my sister.
Okay.
So
what was your job? You took care of wounded people?
Yes.
Okay, like you actually went out on the battlefield.
I have not gone on the battlefield yet.
Okay.
But I will do it sometime.
Good. That sounds dangerous. Yes.
Yes.
Is this your first year doing this?
At this point, then yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Okay, what's your real name?
My name is Laura Browning.
Now tell us about your character.
I am representing a homesteader's wife. The War of 1812 was fought around 1812. It's in the name a little bit. But after the early United States won that war, this area was opened up to settlers. And so you had a huge wave of immigration come through, mostly Germans.
Tell us what you're doing too.
So I am spinning wool on a great wheel or a walking wheel.
So that's real wool.
Yes, this is real wool from a sheep. I washed it, combed it, carded it, picked it, and ran it through the drum carder to get it all lined up and ready for me. And as I pull back on my fiber supply, it just adds that twist right in there.
Now,
And it
what
becomes...
keeps it all connected?
So the twist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you gotta keep twisting.
Which is all spinning is just twisted fiber.
I see.
It did. It's been very windy today on me.
Okay.
But it's better than rain clouds, so.
Oh, yeah. Is this your first year doing this?
Here? No, I've been here I come to this fort for 4 years.
Okay, very good.
And we've been working on the loom restoration, which is now restored and it's weaving inside. We have it worked up to do rag rugs for the season.
And do you have a club you belong to?
Yes, I am the vice president of our local spinning guild. We do all kinds of spinning and all kinds of fiber arts.
How does somebody become a member?
You start showing up. So our meetings are every second Tuesday of the month up at Solomon Farm.
Okay.
And that starts at 6:30 in the evening.
And who's invited?
Everyone.
Okay.
If you do any kind of fiber arts or you're interested in it, come on down and join us.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My name is Maxwell Giesler. I'm a volunteer with the fort here in Fort Wayne, and I'm also I do probably about as close to accurate as an impression of a Union soldier as I can, or from either time period. Primarily this weekend, I'm going to be focusing on talking about the Western theater of the Civil War in 1863 through 1865. So that would mean Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, and Kentucky. So primarily where you would see that sort of combat going on.
Okay.
But today I'm just representing myself as a private.
Were you actually here at the fort with your character?
So during the time of the Civil War itself, the fort didn't exist anymore. A lot of the timbers that had been used to build the fort had ended up in housing along some of the houses around the fort that we see now. But
what got you all the way from here to Tennessee?
What would have gotten me to Tennessee? I probably would have gotten a train here in Fort Wayne and slipped down to Camp Allen in Indianapolis, and they would pretty much get me all equipped and trained and ready to get out into the field.
And what was the reason for going to Tennessee?
My reason to go to Tennessee probably would have been to help with the Anaconda Plan. So basically, we're just going to swing around and we're just going to cut off the Southern troops from the eastern coast.
Gotcha. Okay, very good. And you have supplies here, it looks like.
Right. So
tell us about them.
Right here on the right, this is just a basic overview of the Union kit, or what would have been carried by a Union soldier. So we have his jacket, his pants, his shirt right here on top. It's made of flannel, and then also as well some flannel underdrawers. And then he would be carrying a haversack, and either a canteen with a jean cloth cover on it, or a canteen that's without a jean cloth cover. And this one is an example of a bullseye canteen.
Okay.
He'd also have his knapsack right here, or sometimes they would carry something like this, which is a blanket roll.
Okay, very good, very good. Look at them shoes. Wow.
Yep, so it's a pretty good example of what civilian shoes might end up looking like after a few minutes on the road. As you can see, we're missing the bottoms here, and our toes will be peeking out a little bit. So
yeah, supplies were probably scarce, so they had to make use of what they had.
Yeah, we did a pretty good job at completing the blockade for President Lincoln and making sure the Southerners couldn't get their stuff. So
thank you again.
Of course.
Silver. Is this your first year?
No, I've been doing this for 15 years.
15 years?
Yes.
You're quite a veteran.
Thank
Very
you,
good.
thank you.
If somebody else wanted to do kind of what you're doing, how would they do it?
You could probably look up a group on Facebook, or you can look it up probably through the internet too. Facebook would be the best place to start. I'd look for a Civil War reenactor page on Facebook.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Something that probably originally was just designed to scare people. They would probably load it with powder and use it as fireworks to imitate a dragon, flamethrower, but then they realized that they could actually put something in there and shoot it at the enemy. That would have been what they called a handgun in European terms. So this was the first evolution of a weapon on the battlefield that was not a bow and arrow, but could be used as a distance weapon. Smooth bore, not extraordinarily accurate, more frightening than dangerous, but very simple loading. You
Make sure you keep a little powder for this can.
Yes. You basically put gunpowder down the spout. then you go through it all again. You're usually loading powder from something other than what I'm using, which is a pre-done paper cartridge that they used during the Revolutionary War. They would have probably had something more like what this gentleman's carrying.
So these weapons start to appear in the late 1300s, early 1400s in Central Europe. However, I represent a Germanic soldier of the 1500s. In 1486, Europe sees the appearance of the first powdered weapon. You start to see the three basic components. The lock, which is the firing mechanism. The stock, which is the wooden parts that are used to brace and aim with. And of course, the barrel, in technical terms, the shooty bit. All right, so this is still using the concepts that we learned from that hand cannon. All right, we have a match, but now instead of having two people to man it, it's mounted in such a way that it allows one person to use it. Likewise, the powder, which was loose by them and kind of had to be measured out as they were firing, I have these chargers, each one carrying one shot worth of powder. This is what goes in the barrel. I also have loose powder still for the pan. Now, in the period, to arm the weapon, I had to go through several specific steps. The first one was to pull the burning match off. Now please understand, this is my demonstration match. It is very small and short. On the battlefield, because we haven't invented Zippo lighters yet, on the battlefield this would actually be very long. I would have big coils of it because it would be burning during battle. In fact, I would have spares already lit on me. And I'm carrying loose powder everywhere. It was not unknown for handgunners to become bombs in their own ranks if they weren't careful. You will also periodically see me blow on this match to keep it hot. You see that there is no open flame. There's nitrates on this, so it is like the end of a cigarette or cigar. All right, to load the weapon, I have to hold the match in my left hand. I am then taking the powder out of my charger, pouring it down the barrel, and making sure that it is closed. I have a pouch here that I would normally carry shot in, but since the fort likes to keep their neighbors happy, I won't be shooting anything other than paper wadding. All right, I then use my ram to ram all that down home. I then bring the weapon up. I bring my loose powder up, and I fill the pan. I am making sure that my loose powder is closed. I level it off, I put the cover on it, I remount the match. A good handgunner in the period goes through all of these steps every 30 seconds. 2 shots a minute was the standard. I'm not nearly that fast. All right, when I'm finally ready to give fire, I open the pan. Oh, look at that. I can't remember the last time I had the pan just